Do you think that there's a disconnect between men and women as it relates to the intentions during the meeting process? I know we just spoke about, men are thinking about sex and women are thinking about maybe marriage or relationship. Let's just be honest. Do you think that the problem is we're both going in with two very different thoughts on what's supposed to be going on this date?
Mm-hmm.
That's happening.
I do, especially in that. I mean, that kind of speaks back to the whole young people, young women. I think have a different expectation in relationships and dating than young men do. Young men just want to have fun and just you do what they want to do. Young women is thinking, by and large. I mean, ever since girlhood, it's like, you know, what the marriage is going to be like and what the family is going to be like and children and things of that nature. And the guys is out there just telling lies, being gigolos, being hoes, running around, smashing, getting as many girls as they possibly can. There's two different alignments. They want two different things, which is one of the reasons
because
why
women are
Robert Greene
socialized to
talks about
think
the
like
rape.
that, and y'all aren't.
it could, whatever the reason is.
No,
I'm
no.
just
What
simply
I'm
saying I think
saying,
there's a disconnect.
correct. I'm agreeing with you because most women are socialized to be married, right? Get married
Mm-hmm.
young. Even you guys was just saying that. Like, no, you shouldn't be waiting until your 30s till you get married. You should get married at 20. So women, when they're going into a dating situation, that they may be looking at this potential person as their
Right.
future husband. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Whereas men are socialized to sow their wild oats when they're young. Don't, settle down until you get in your 30s. So of course you're gonna date with a disconnect.
Different, yeah, disconnect, a
Exactly.
different
Because
mindset.
you're socialized totally different.
Imagine dating somebody that has your same mindset.
But do they really? I mean, even if you
They
go on a
do.
date with an older man, that doesn't mean he's not trying to smash.
It's better than the 20-year-old. I mean, everything is odds. Remember, somebody asked earlier, well, what are the odds or what are everything's a gamble, but it's all about probabilities. Anything's possible, but what are the probabilities? The probabilities on that older guy that is a junior vice executive at whatever the hell corporation that has been there for 7 years and has built up as a little 401k and he just bought his second house, or that is a better probability that he's going to be a better husband, a better provider, and a better protector, and wants to build that life of family and the picket fence and the dog and the 2.5 kids with the young girl who's probably having that same thought at age 25. Now, if that age 25-year-old girl is only interested in that age 25-year-old man who just graduated the other year and all he wants is a Charger right now, a Hellcat, and some Louis Vuitton tennis shoes and to get in the VIP, there's gonna be but he's gonna say what he needs to say to get some sex. Next thing you know, baby daddy, baby mama, another one all over again. Here we go, break up. How come? What happened? I thought you thought this. Yeah, but I just not where I'm at right now. And that's there's a disconnect right there, and it just happens all the time. So yeah, to the question right now, do people go into relationships with different expectations? Absolutely. But I think it's because people are wanting the wrong people. Men are wanting the wrong women. Women are wanting the wrong men. If people can get in alignment and think about their long-term goals, which is what Kevin Samuels used to always say, my frat brother used to say, always these other cultures are thinking long-term where we're thinking just up to Saturday. If you think a long-term and you think about where you're gonna, that's why his question, what do you see when you get 55? Where do you most people can't answer that because they don't even think that far ahead. But if you thought that far ahead, we'd make a whole lot better dating choices when we're younger.
But don't other cultures marry younger? They don't marry most.
They marry younger, and the family picks
organized, right?
Partner, so they don't have
board.
to think about it. It's done for them.
Yeah, they've been raised that way to think about
yeah.
it like that since their childhood. I want to say right now, I gave this woman a sincere apology because I was the worst deal at 20 years or 20 years old. I had no business getting married, but the church and the military put their values on me, and I thought I was supposed to because I got her pregnant. She had no business getting into that with me. She expected to have this man because of marriage and the military and the church and all these things that she thought was going to equate to the right man. I had nothing. I had no substance inside of me. I didn't have my father every day there grooming me to be your husband. I didn't know what no man was. I was the worst deal in the world. I had no business other than having sex and stamina. I wasn't worth nothing but that military paycheck. So I had no business getting it. I was a bad deal. And I tell any woman right now, like, man, in his 20s, that especially that young, you ain't gonna get much out of him. He ain't got much up here. There ain't nothing that all the things that you want in a husband, men have to develop that over time. And a man that's got his stride, he's developed those resources over time and piled them on. He took that, okay, I learned from that mistake. All right, now I'm adjusting to what I'm supposed to be. I'm watching other men move. And then you're gonna find what your forever supposed to look like. If you're trying to find it in some stamina, you're gonna always lose.
He didn't got fired a few times, Mr. O.
Man,
He didn't got into enough
jobs
fight.
when I got out the military.
He didn't got his car repossessed a few times. He got his credit then went down to a 400, back up to a 7, back down to a 4.
Terrible advice. I had somebody tell me when I was in the military, don't worry about the credit. You can fix that later. Just get it. Just run it up. Yeah.
So are you saying that? So what you're saying to me is that, and please don't take offense. Please don't, that black men mature a little later than other men. Is that what you're saying?
I ain't had nothing to do with black race.
The fact of the matter is they get married at younger ages, and you're seeing this immaturity that causes you to.
I thought you were talking about women. No, the men get married around. It's the same. It's black, white, Asian, and Hispanic typically get married around. First of all, the socioeconomic scale is different, right? We at the bottom and shit. But even still, especially in the Asian community, the older men get married to younger women. In the Indian community, older men get married. The entire Middle East, older men get married to. I don't have to talk about the Indians. Hispanic community, older men get married to younger women. White people are usually young in America, especially Anglo-Saxon. It's like, because but the women have a different mentality. They go to college looking for a husband. Their mamas, Caitlin and Jacqueline and all of them, they grooming their daughters to go to college, get an education. But you better find Chad. Find Chad. He's over in the science building, and they come out of college looking for that man and finding that man there. So that happens oftentimes in the black community. It's like, don't worry about that right now. Get your bag. So nevertheless, all women of all other cultures typically get married younger. Only in the black community is it, don't worry about that. Men, you'll get a man later. It's okay, girl. Work on yourself, get your job, get your career, build yourself up, get that position, and then go pick a man off the man tree when you get into your late 20s, 30s, or 40s.
You got other cultures where these women went to charm school and etiquette and all these other things versus auntie mama and them in the kitchen with them. That's a totally different outcome in a young woman. They had to learn. They wasn't getting taught right. They was told the wrong things. You don't need no man. Go out there and get it for yourself. Because the way your daddy did me, I ain't gonna want that to happen to you. And that is bad. That's just where we are today. And we got to understand that we can't equate that on the same level. In them other cultures, not just color, them other cultures are really raising them to be what a man need. Like, I know girls
in the Jewish community,
they was
in the synagogue.
When dad tie is a little loose, when it's hanging about right here to that second button, he had a bad day. Give him an hour. Don't say nothing. Versus being with somebody that, what's wrong with you? You just unpeaceful. They learn peace, how to get along with a man. Because men want peace overall. And then we can negotiate on those other things on the deal. So the number one thing is peace. My 90 minutes.